Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Driving with Miranda on the Car Guide. This week I have the 2021 Chevy Silverado High Country Duramax. It's got a diesel, it's got all-wheel drive, and we've got snow to play in. Let's have fun. So here I am in the Chevy Silverado High Country Duramax. Now, of course, this is a 2021, and there is a 2022, and it is imminent, it is coming. This is the older model, I realize that, but you know what? It's just as important to talk about because there are those who are going to purchase this one. The major changes are the interior on the Silverado, as well as a bit of exterior changes. So you get a bigger screen in the 2022, you get a little bit more wood grain, an updated steering wheel, etc., etc. I hopefully will talk about that once I get into the 2022. And now about this one, the 21. So I'm in the Duramax, which means I have the diesel, and that has a turbo diesel, which gives me a really decent amount of horsepower and torque. This thing can tow, this thing can haul, this is a proper pickup. Now, I know I've been in a few recently that weren't pickup, like raw, manly. This is all of those things combined. It has all of the settings. I've got my 4 high, my 4 low, my 2-wheel drive, which the 4 high was really good this week. We got quite a dump of snow, and it's, funnily enough, very easy to get stuck in a pickup if you only keep it in 2-wheel drive. It doesn't have much traction at all, plus like the weight distribution and all that. It doesn't do very well unless you put it in 4 high, which I discovered and I've discovered in the past. But once it was set to the appropriate setting, this Silverado really killed it in the snow, and I absolutely loved it. And this is a really comfortable pickup to drive. I don't feel any disassociation with the bed. I don't feel like it's flopping all over the place. I feel like it's nice and rigid, it's tight. My steering is on point. I don't feel super big and imposing, like I'm in the way or I'm gonna not fit places. Like it's a decent, and it's a big truck. This isn't a little one. Like I've got my side steps, which I can also stop from coming out, which is great. There's a little button. If I know that by the steps coming out on their own, they're gonna hit something or it's not gonna function properly, I can deactivate it, which is fantastic. Plus I have my little handles to get in here for those who are like me and a bit vertically challenged. This pickup is okay for you. You will be able to get in. And it's just really overall very, very comfortable. You know, the Americans do pickups very well, and I've said this for years, like over a decade now, driving these pickups. There's a reason that the big three are considered, you know, the experts at this. They do this unlike, you know, the JDMs, and I don't know what it is, and it's just in their DNA, it's in their blood, I don't know, and it shows in a vehicle like this. This is a fantastic pickup truck. Now it is the high country, so it's a little bit higher up in terms of the cost and in terms of amenities. Like I said, for the 2022, it's going to come with a bigger screen. This one's a little bit small, not the easiest to work with, but I have lots of buttons, knobs, toggles, switches, and everything would be hugely accessible. If I was wearing work gloves, I wouldn't have to worry about not being able to touch anything or get to any of my settings. Same with the steering wheel, super easy. As always, I love GM Chevy products. They have the little buttons on the back of the steering wheel so you can change the station and or the song and adjust your volume as well. I love it. I also have a column shifter, which I adore. You know, I love that Mercedes still has them too, and you know, pickups, it's just that feeling of from park to drive to reverse. I don't know, it's just something super cool about it. Lots of space inside here. The back seat, so much room. Plus I have these super cool little storage compartments in the back seats. I like that a lot. You know, in a pickup you kind of lose trunk space. I know you have the bed, but you know, if you want to have access to something in the back, you know, you can always, in a car, you can reach into the trunk with that little pass through in the back seat if you want to get to something. But here you've got these little storage compartments, super cool, lots of room back there. I can stand up back there. That's abnormal. I'm me. I love, love, love the all-new available tailgate for the Chevy. Coolest thing ever. So one of the worst things for me, the fact that I'm as short as I am, if the tailgate is down and I have to get to something in the bed, I can't just bend over and get into, like, it doesn't work. Like, because the tailgate is down, if I bend over to reach, I'm only getting to like the end of the tailgate, so I can't even reach my arms into the bed. But with this new tailgate, you can drop part of the tailgate down, so now I'm level with the bed, so I can actually reach in. And if you have one of those grocery savers or holders, it means that stuff can't get to the end, you actually have access to what's in the bed. Amazing. And then that whole system can transition into like a step, or you can just drop down at the top half and you can have like a work surface for, I don't know, any of your stuff. If you're camping, you can set up like a propane thingy there. If you're working, you can sign contracts there. You can do all kinds of things. So practical. I think one of the things that I have internally, possibly not externally, complained about over the years for pickups is that if I ever want to get into the bed, I have to actually physically get into the bed to reach everything, because once the tailgate is open, like, I'm not even hip level with it, so I can't reach. But with this new design, it's perfect. It lets me get in there with that little drop down. So honestly, like, kudos to Chevy for doing that. So in terms of range with the diesel engine, obviously it has a massive gas tank, so you're gonna have a huge amount of range. I think I picked it up with like just under 1,000. I did a decent amount of driving this week, highway, country, all the things, and I'm only at a half a tank, which is fantastic. Of course, regardless, it's gonna cost me quite a bit to fill it up, just given the price of gas these days, but that's okay. Diesel makes so much sense, especially in pickup trucks, especially if you're doing heavy hauling. It works, and I hope it sticks around in pickups. I know the whole electric thing, and they're trying to make it viable with pickups, but diesel really works. Now, in terms of the exterior look on this Silverado, I really like it. You know, it is a manly, square, robust looking vehicle. I love it in the black. It's imposing, but not too much. It's not as like squared out as some of the GMs and the Fords too. Like, they're very boxy. And of course this is boxy. It's a pickup. How can it not be? But there's something a bit smoother about it. And I like the little gold inserts in the front grille, the Chevy symbol, you know, the bow tie, it all ties together. Good design. It's really not too flashy, not too frilly. The high country on the side, really like it. You know, it's got just subtle little hints. And I love the side rails, and the fact that you can either choose to use them or not really helps me. Just all in all, the fact that they tuck in afterwards, it helps with the overall look of the truck as well. I mean, really, how much can you say about a pickup? They all kind of look the same, but this one manages to stand out from the crowd just a little bit, just given its subtler design cues, and I do quite like it. It's one of my favorite trucks to look at on the road, definitely. All right, guys, well, that's been it for me in the Silverado High Country Duramax. Now, of course, this is a 2021. There is an all-new 2022 or a revamped or redesigned 2022 coming up. Make sure you check back often to see when we're going to talk about that one. I'm hoping to get into it soon. Of course, this has its pros and cons. It's a pickup. It's great on rougher roads, actually super comfortable. And the fact that it's a diesel has a huge tank, which is really good for mileage, but given our gas prices, costs quite a bit to fill up. Yin and yang, lots of space, great bed. Love the new tailgate that does all the different options and all the different settings. Super good. Anyways, you guys know, if you have any questions or comments, you can hit me up at Miss Miranda L on Twitter or Instagram, Miranda Lightstone on Facebook.com, or drop a comment below. Hope to see you guys back next week.